announcements, goals, and our giveaway, right?
Uh-huh.
It does not say giveaway. It just
I
says
know.
announcements and goals.
Well, I don't think anybody's downloaded it.
I'm hassling you.
Yeah, well, we've been doing this giveaway with this download card. I want to see if anybody actually watches these and wants a free copy of the album. I think Chris would download it, but I've got a book. I'm about to. I finally got my bubble. I finally got my bubble envelopes. I need to stick this book in the mail for Chris from a previous giveaway.
Yep.
And so our announcements this week, we had to move. We had to move Sounds in Between.
Due to weather-related power outages.
Sounds in between. I don't.
Sounds in Between is a band on our label,
Okay.
and it's Josh Peters, who's been on the podcast, and his friend Engen, who plays guitar, and they're both very good. And it's very Middle Eastern, but it's also Western. It's gonna be a really interesting record.
Neat sound.
Yeah, and so we're gonna do that. We were gonna record that last weekend.
Yeah, last Sunday.
Oh my gosh, you would have been blown away.
Yep, because I had just done Jomo and the Possum Posse that Thursday.
Right.
But I was prepped to do a Sunday session as well, because I will totally do 2 sessions in a week if I have to.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just about kills me, but whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
But the wind was so bad. We had scheduled the session for noon, and I think by 10 o'clock in the morning, we couldn't get stable power.
10:30 is when it started.
Yeah, 10:30.
It was one of those days where the wind blew from sunup to sundown.
About 50
and
miles an hour.
About 45 miles an hour sustained.
Yep.
You know, just blow you down.
And the lines that come into the neighborhood are above ground lines. Like they're underground in the neighborhood, but the power lines out there, they like slap together in the wind. So we'd drop power over and over and over. We lost power over 100 times in the
Were
course
you
of a couple
like crazy
hours.
in here unplugging stuff for Surge?
After about the third one, I was like, all right, let's
Yeah.
turn things off.
That's what we were doing downstairs.
I've got
is
everything
turning off
set
all
up to
the surge
switches, and it's
protectors.
just flip, 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 flip.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
gets powered down. But we had just recorded the night before. It was the night before we had that power flicker too.
Yeah.
Because I had recorded the podcast, and we got the podcast all the way done. I got it into Final Cut. I got it cut together, and I had it exporting, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, like,
Well, that
Like I had the video trying to go out.
right.
That wasn't even a power flicker. That was the power went down right before we needed to leave for Mozart's.
Right, we had to leave to go to a gig. So then I get back from the gig, it's midnight, and I still have to finish the video, get it uploaded. Because you don't try to do that stuff same day, because if I try to upload it on Sunday, I might not make that 2 p.m. promise that I make to our audience. We do a full episode at 2 p.m. every Sunday.
Yes.
Because I'm a maniac. But,
Yes.
so we had to push them back. We're going to record them, it looks like the first weekend in March. I've penciled it in.
Okay.
Tell me the name of the band again.
Sounds in Between.
Sounds in Between.
Yep. And next month we've got Paul Serrato coming in,
Yes.
and Paul Serrato's gonna be great. Paul's an old friend.
He sounds very, very excited about it.
He's super excited. I'm super excited. We're gonna be like 2 little kids just hanging out in a music studio, just recording. I'm gonna roll cameras as long as I can. I'm gonna keep all that footage because I keep footage, and as soon as things quiet back down, I will cut that all into a documentary.
Oh, cool.
But we're also going to record an album with him while he's here. He's going to be on he's going to do a session for our Freeform Fridays. So he's going to be on all the Freeform Fridays, probably March till like June. That'll probably be when he's showing up on Freeform Fridays. And we're going to talk to him about jazz. This guy handled Charles Mingus's bass. He was working at the club that Mingus was playing, and it was his job to make sure that the bass was okay and in Mingus's hands.
Like swap them out.
Yeah, so he was right there in the middle of the golden era of jazz. At least my opinion of what the golden era is.
Tell me when that is, like circa
60s.
Okay.
60s jazz. Yeah, right after bebop. Right when everybody kind of did their own thing. His background's Latin jazz, so he was doing a lot of bossa nova and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's going to be on the podcast?
He's going to be on the podcast where he and I, we get talking and it just rolls and rolls and rolls. I think we're going to make part of the podcast our 10 minutes with Paul.
Okay.
And I'll just chop a bunch of the footage up and I'll keep our 10-minute, we'll have a weekly 10-minute with Paul. from this session.
Gotcha.
And we're going to do lessons. I've been talking to him about doing these 52 very, very short lessons that we can put up once a week for him.
Are you sure you have enough cards?
Enough what?
Memory cards?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because I only have 3 cameras on the little guys.
Okay.
And I have 6 cards, so I can transfer the cards while I'm recording the next cards.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've got this pretty streamlined.
It's
Okay.
gonna be. It'll still be work though.
It's
Yeah.
it's
'Cause
gonna be
you're not-
nonstop, and I'm gonna be working because he's gonna be here for a week, and I can't take a whole lot of time off of the day job
Yeah.
just because of what I do. But yeah, we're gonna record a lot of stuff. We're gonna bring in my friends because he's part of this old scene, so everybody, all the jazz musicians in town, kind of want to come be here for that. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. He's got his own charts. We're gonna digitize tapes. A lot of cool things.
What are charts?
Charts are they're sheet music for a song,
Okay,
but it's not the sheet music like
that I would be used to.
Yeah, it's like a single melody line and chords, and that's it. And then you
Yeah.
sometimes you'll have things more written out, but that's how I write. I write melody and chords because that's about all you can copyright anyway. The rest is wasted energy. But yeah, so we got Paul coming. The weekend after we do Paul, we're going to record Willie O'Terry and Dave Lasco. And it's they do some very avant-garde.
So all this
ethereal
is coming
stuff.
up in February.
Those will be recorded in February and they'll be released coming out. Yeah.
Okay.
The next one that's going to come out probably this week actually is Freeform Fridays 2016.
Like the best of? Or
The best
whole-
of.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing a best of release. I've got an album cover that my mother did. We showed it on the podcast on a special episode where I unbox the watercolor that she did for the cover. And I've already mastered it. I've already paid for the distribution to go up to iTunes, Amazon, all that.
Mm-hmm.
And now I've got all the stuff I need to start making physical copies. And now I'm surprisingly quiet for the next week, except for next weekend. We're going out, but
Yeah, well,
I've got a little time, right? So we're gonna do a production run of the Best of Freeform Fridays 2016 on CD, and we're gonna put it up online.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think we're just gonna skip. We'll kind of treat the Paul Serrato gig as the CD release of 2016, because that'll basically be the first public performance since I'll have done the production run.
Gotcha.
okay.
But this is the poster for what's coming up.
Yes.
Oh, I think I saw that digitally.
That reminds me, I need to put this up at my desk. So maybe remind me.
Oh yeah, or hanging in the break.
I did. I put this up digitally on the Instagram, though it was a slightly different design. I've been tweaking the design.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's laminated. That's ready to go.
well, not laminated, but it's a nice poster done on the good paper.
Yes.
I'll put I've got a thing called a proof, which is printed on much cheaper paper. That's what I'll hang up at the
So-
desk.
Paul Serrato.
Yep.
Hashtag Freeform Fridays.
That's right.
Yep.
Get off my lawn records.
That's right. At Cafe Creme, over on Old Torf.
Right on.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really cool show.
Keep reminding me. You know how I am.
And that's one of those, like, even if you have Jack, you could do that. I shouldn't have. Sorry.
Yeah.
But even if you have your kid, it's a family friendly show.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. And what else do we have coming up? Millicent Hughes, we're going to record in May.
Yep.
She was just on this week's Freeform Fridays, which was a long time coming. So
The young lady that was singing, there was some. Did you have 2 drum sets?
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. This last session we had 2 drummers
Okay.
because I always loved 2 drummers. We've had 2 different female singers so far on Freeform Fridays this year. One is Miss Eloise Casey Shenham. She's singing with us now. I've been rehearsing. Where do I find time for all this?
I don't know. I'm not home.
You're one of the hardest working
I-
fellas I know.
I work hard. Yeah. And then MC Overlord's I think he just finished that release he was working on. We
Yeah.
should schedule him now I'll get in touch. We'll try to set a recording date.
He's a
for him.
buddy of ours as well.
Yep.
We're
really excited to have him on the label. We're gonna take his band.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play bass in his band, but the rest will be his guys.
Okay.
And we're gonna make
that. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Those who don't know MC Overlord, he's been around a while.
For a long time, godfather of the Austin hip hop scene.
Yeah.
And I'll play bass on his record, and we'll use his drummer and guitar player and all those.
Right.
And my plan is to treat it kind of like Freeform Fridays,
Mm-hmm.
where we'll record. We'll just improvise, and then we'll kind of come up with a bunch of different music beds for him to then select from,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll write to those and come in and record.
Oh, that'll be neat.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. It'll be work, but it doesn't feel like work when you're doing it, when you like doing it.
And he's kind of like you. He's just a down to earth, good.
He's better
great-
than I am, that's for
great
sure.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a secret to nobody. Probably in like that one's on Bandcamp right now for Pay What
Okay.
You Want. You can go to get
What artist?
me, Donald
Okay.
W. Moore.
Okay.
I did an electronic album on my iPad
Nice.
with this program called Chord Gadget, and so it didn't cost me a ton to make. I made it in my chair a couple of years ago, and I had just been sitting on it, enjoying it, right? Enjoying the fact that I made it, and I was like, I should just put this together and release it. So I did. It's on Bandcamp. It's Pay What You Want, which includes Zero. So you can go download it for free, which is getoffmylawnrecords.bandcamp.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Though if you go to the store on Get Off My Lawn Records, it'll link you through to the Bandcamp. I haven't.
Which all those links, you track all that stuff. You working on all that?
I'm working on it. I'm not good about. I'm good at the YouTube analytics, but all the stuff that comes into the website, I don't track that close now.
Yeah.
I know how the sales are doing, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Escape from Ignorance. Steven's actually working on his book, so we're gonna put that on hold. And then Your Name Here. We're always, granted, I'm kind of full up till about May probably, but the second half of the year I've got open now for other projects. So if you know of a good band, that would be a good fit for what we're doing. The way we do things is usually
If you're a venue that wants to bring some of these people in.
right.
You
We do
know.
booking. Also, we're gonna do a bunch of CD release parties, which will be
Right.
fun. So yeah, we're just gonna have to figure out that part. But yeah, if anybody knows, if anybody in the comments, leave a comment or send a message to the Get Off My Lawn Records or email through getoffmylawnrecords.com. Just get in touch and show us what you're doing. And if it's really cool, we'll put it out. That's why we're a record label, right? Is to kind of be the arbiter of good music.
Right.
So, cool. So that's our announcements, our goals. We didn't quite hit the 175, so let's see if we can actually break 175. We hit it briefly this week, and then we lost a subscriber.
Okay.
So 175 is
Our current subscriber count, which I would love it to be more. But you subscribed. Thank you for subscribing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've subscribed, thank you for
So
subscribing.
to buff the analytics a little bit, do I need to go subscribe for all of the kiddos accounts and then all of my other Gmail accounts?
Not really. I mean, in a lot of ways,
If
like
you want to.
That would be shady. That's shady though, right? Like that's the
honestly, it is kind of a way to fool the algorithm.
Right.
But you would have to
But
actually watch the videos for it to matter.
Oh, so start a video and watch it and like on all of the okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
and leave comments and like it, and it would just turn into work. You would get sick of doing that because
Right.
I do that with. I do that. I've got 3 YouTube channels because I got this one, Get the Jazz Destroyers, and my personal one.
Right.
Which my personal one, if anybody goes and looks up, is the ones where I have my 100,000 views and stuff.
Right.
But so when I put up a video, I go like it with each page, so it shows up with 3 likes. Just because, let's face it, I'm vain. But I think YouTube's gotten hip. It doesn't count when you like your own.
Yeah.
Because I only show 2 now.
Well, but for some people, they shouldn't take that away because for some people, even if it's just them liking their own, like they need to see that little heart.
It helps. It really does. It really does help when you guys hit the thumbs up. Hi, Studio Cat. You are the reason my phone's blowing up right now. You're getting all the likes on Facebook. or
Studio Cat?
Instagram. Yeah, so we call that one Regal Cat
Regal Cat. Okay.
and Studio Cat.
Studio Cat.
And they both have their own hashtags. You can search Instagram for Regal Cat or Studio Cat.
I noticed that on the Instagram. I was like, oh, a hashtag. I like it.
Yeah, Regal Cat's got her own hashtag. And she's just photogenic.
Does she want lots of likes? I
Oh,
bet
yeah.
she does.
She likes all the likes.
She loves attention. And Studio Cat here, he's harder to photograph, but you got a really nice photo of him, so we popped that on
I did.
Instagram.
I love him. He's a big orange tabby cat.
Oh yeah, and he's just so funny.
But he wants up on my lap, and he can't be up on my lap right now.
I can see that he's sitting at your. Come on up. Come on, if you come up, you can sit. So that's our goals. I'd like to get to the 175.
Yeah.
I'd really like to get to 200. Maybe we can get to 200. If everybody goes and likes this, if everybody goes and hits subscribe that's watching,
Yes.
we'd
Right.
probably get to 200. 200 would be a nice milestone to break.
Hit subscribe. It's not that hard.
It's not hard. And we put out a variety of content. We put out a daily clip and we put out a weekly show. That's part of why we stopped doing Do You Give a Bleeps, because it would be 5 videos show up in your feed all at once.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah. You try not to spam us.
try not to spam, and honestly,
But you
doing
have
all
to
those
drive.
thumbnails.
Yeah.
Oh, those thumbnails are hard to do. If anybody wants to do thumbnails for us, let me know. Yeah, so that's our announcements, our goals, and our giveaway. So let's read off the card. You can go to cdbaby.com/redeem.
Here.
And the download code you're going to enter is going to be Lima 5 Whiskey Alpha Tango Umbrella dash Echo Charlie Victor Hotel Mike Sierra.
Nicely done.
I was a telemarketer. You learn how to do the phonetic alphabet as a telemarketer. So punch that in and have a listen. If you try to punch it in and it shows that it's already been taken, leave a comment. Let me know. I'll get in touch privately, give you a different code, and then we'll do a different download. I'm waiting for the audience to tell me that somebody's downloaded it. Until then, I assume.
Well, yeah. And it should, it's just happened, seconds. That's how live it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's move on to our